What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 710 Performance vlog and channel. Hope you all had an amazing day. It's the evening here, and I wanted to go ahead and sit down and make another video for all of you who are interested in starting, or maybe even already along the way, on starting your own powder coating business from home, or maybe you already have a small shop. It doesn't have to be just from your home. I love the feedback that you guys have been giving, and I'm not just going to end this series after a certain number of videos. I'll keep this series going regularly with a video or two a week. It's really going to kind of depend on you guys and your feedback on the video and the questions. If we have a lot of questions about certain things, I will make sure and follow up with them, answer any questions, not just in the chat, but making videos answering the questions. So we'll keep this series going as long as we're providing value. If it's only one video a month and it comes down to that, then we'll just do one video a month. But if there's enough content to keep it going, doing a video or more a week, then we'll go ahead and continue that. Some of you may or may not know, I'm a previous business owner. Besides the powder coating company, I had a very successful business that was a private club in the cannabis industry. My wife and I started it. We were the first recreational cannabis club in Denver to open just a few months after recreational cannabis was passed. That business ran for 7 years. Because of law changes, we had to shut it down. But I do have experience in customer service, running a business, running a successful business that is profitable. So there's a lot more things that I can teach you besides just powder coating or just the powder coating business. Part that I want to talk about today is actually going to be about getting your first customers, getting paying customers, and how to grow your business on a small budget. In the last video, we talked about really kind of getting your business started. You've got to have equipment and you've got to register your business. And there's certain things that you have to register a business for. For instance, you don't have to register a business to purchase powders. You can go ahead and purchase them. But if you want to purchase chemicals like B17 or like Rim Strip, which I do highly recommend Rim Strip, we'll leave a phone number for Matt down below. That way you can go ahead and give him a call. Just call the front office and ask for Matt. Let him know that 710 Performance said that they would help you out. Now, you can purchase a non-methylene chloride, I think it is. You can buy that without a business license, or you can buy the stuff with methylene chloride in it and with a business license. So that is kind of a big thing between having a business license and not having a business license when it comes to powder coating. Other than that, powder by the pound, purchase powders. You don't have to have a business license. You actually don't get a discount if you have a business license. You may not pay taxes, but I haven't seen where you can register as a business on there. Same thing with prismatic powders. The more you buy, the less you pay. It's not one of those places that you get a wholesale or a discount price by purchasing it because you have a business license. So there's a lot of things that you are able to purchase. Plugs, tape, stuff like that, you're able to purchase that from Amazon. And I do highly recommend purchasing that stuff from Amazon until you get big enough that you really need to buy it in bulk, and then you can buy it in bulk and save money as opposed to buying it from Amazon. That's getting too far ahead, but material costs are a video that we're going to go ahead and make. So if you don't want to miss that video, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and at any time give this video a thumbs up. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and it lets them know that we're making good content. Anyway, let's get back to the main focus of the subject. So you have some sort of system. You have to have some sort of powder coating system. I recommend, if you don't have one now, get the Eastwood dual voltage system. Go buy it at Eastwood.com. Pick it up. It's like 150, 160 bucks. If you want to, you can even pick up the small toaster oven that comes with it, which I think is great. You can do very small part, but it's a way to start. The next way to start that's very much on the cheap is you can pick up a used electric oven for free on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. So make sure you use those to your advantage. Now, when you're going out and looking for your first jobs, there's a couple of things that I recommend, and I've mentioned it before on the channel. The first thing is Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. Now, I'm not just talking about posting on a Facebook page or posting on your personal Facebook page. I'm talking about going to the marketplace and clicking sell and actually making an ad like you're selling something, but put that it's powder coating. Don't put powder coating services, put powder coating available. I've noticed that if you put powder coating services, Facebook does not allow services to be marketed in the marketplace, and they will go ahead and won't allow it to be in the marketplace. You can post it in other places. For instance, we talked about about target market. So if you know your target market is the car industry and you follow some car pages, then you can post it in some of those car groups through the marketplace. Not going there and posting it, you post it through the marketplace. And that will get you a lot of people to contact you. The thing is if you can actually post it through the Facebook marketplace, that will get even more people. Otherwise, you're just limited to those pages. But when you're first starting out, you don't want to be too inundated anyways. So even posting in maybe a couple of car groups, or maybe again you're a bird lover and you're in a couple of bird groups, you can have that post there in the marketplace. When you post in the marketplace, you're going to get a lot of messages. I've got my messages that are here. I just replied to a bunch of people earlier today. This morning, I usually do it twice a day, in the morning and in the afternoon. And I don't know if you can see, but I replied to 25, 30 messages this morning, and I've got about 20 to 25 messages to reply to this evening. You really need to stay up on the messages, and it's going to be tough because you really have to analyze what you can do. And that is based on the system that you have, the oven that you have, and the blaster. Do you have a sandblaster? Do you have a small one? Do you have a large one? You may have to focus on small parts. And when you focus on small parts, you'll find out from Facebook Marketplace, you really get a lot of people that contact you about wheels and larger stuff like that. If you go back to our first videos, we started this powder coating company from scratch and our YouTube channel. So when we first started out, we had a simple home electric oven that was out in the shop. We powder coated a couple of small parts with that. We'd been powder coating before, had previous experience, but we had the Eastwood dual voltage gun, powder coated a couple of our own parts, put an ad up on Facebook, and had so many people contacting us about wheels that we broke down and were like, what can we do to get a bigger oven? I searched to see if anybody had built their own oven at home. I found a couple of YouTube videos, and that was about it. So I said, you know what? We can do this and we can build an oven. We invested the money, built the oven. That was the first 4 foot by 4 foot by 5 foot tall oven. It's the first oven that we built. You can go back in our videos, and if I remember, I'll put a link right up here or here. That way you can go ahead and check out that first oven and building the first oven. We felt that we had to have a way to be able to do larger parts, especially to be able to make this a business. Now, starting out, a lot of people are fine making a couple extra $100 a month, or maybe even a couple extra $100 a week. If this is something that you want to do full time, then you obviously need to make more than that, because you're going to have to pay for the extra costs. If you're making $600 a week from your regular job right now and you want to replace that, you're probably going to need to be doing about $800 or $1,000 a week in business to be able to pay for the extra you'll need, such as tape, plugs, all that stuff. And you're going to want to be able to advance, plus the extra power you're using, propane, all that stuff. So when you first post on Facebook or Craigslist or whatever place you're going to post, let people know that you specialize in small jobs. That's going to kind of get people that have wheels and stuff to not contact you, so you don't have to weed through as many messages. Let people know, if they're asking about wheels, that you can't do that size yet, but you're going to be building or growing your oven soon. What we did, or building your oven or getting a larger oven soon. Now what we did is we had let people know that we were going to be building the oven, and we broke down and we did it. Now not everybody has the money in the bank to be able to do it, and we didn't have a lot of money in the bank, so we went the low cost, high effective way. Again, we bought the heater from Facebook Marketplace. We found the cheapest place around us, so we didn't have to pay for shipping to get the metal. We built the oven to the largest size that we could with the amount of money we had. We didn't put a floor on it because it saved us about $300 to $400 as well as a day or so in time. So we went the lowest route that we could, but still being able to give us an effective oven. So even if you're starting with a small oven or a regular electric range from your home, although you shouldn't cook in the same one that you're powder coating in, but if you're using your electric range, focus and save as much money as you can to be able to build that bigger oven. Plan it, figure out what you can do and how you can be able to build it to be able to fit at least a single wheel in it. Now we're talking about and thinking about coming up with a plan. We're not going to necessarily build one, but a plan of being able to create a small oven with a small propane heater to be able to do at least one wheel at a time. It may take a little bit longer when you're doing wheels, but at least you'll be able to do sets of wheels. You look at your equipment and look at what you actually what jobs you can actually do based on the equipment that you have, because you're only going to be held back by the equipment that you have. Another thing is if this was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's going to be very tough. It's going to be a struggle. At times you're going to want to give up, and this is going to happen with any business. If you have a regular job, I suggest that you work your regular job and do this part-time until it grows. Remember, word of mouth is key. The more word of mouth business that you get, the more consistent your business will be. So just keep that in mind. The more small jobs that you do, the more bigger jobs are going to come in, and the more jobs that you do and the work is good, the more you're going to get business based on word of mouth, and the less advertising you're going to have to do. Our advertising budget was zero, but you see the work that we're getting in. We gave people really good deals starting out. That way we could actually get the job. Then we proved what we can do, and then those people have told other people. The pictures that we post in our posts on Facebook Marketplace are continuing to show different wheels, different colors. So when people are seeing those ads and those posts progress, and I say an ad even though it's free, it doesn't mean you have to pay, but they're seeing these posts in the Facebook Marketplace, and they're seeing new wheels and different wheels, and I try to always add new pictures to it, because then they can see that we're actually getting business. If we're getting business and staying busy, we must be doing good work. So keep that in mind. It's all about a growing thing. How bad do you want this? It's blood, sweat, and tears. If you can only do valve covers, do the best darn valve covers you can, and do as many as you can. Remember, nobody got anywhere from taking the easy street. Nobody got anywhere for only working 8 to 10 hours a day. You got to put as much into this as you want to. So if you want to be big, you can be big. If you want to be small, you can stay small, but you have to take each step a step at a time. We went from the Eastwood dual voltage and a regular home range to a 4-foot by 4-foot by 5-foot oven that we built, and the Eastwood Hot Coat PCS 1000, which we purchased in the middle of January. 5 months later, we've upgraded to a much more professional system that's not a hobby system, and it works absolutely fabulous. We've built our oven to be 4-foot by 5-foot by 8-foot long, so we can actually do bumpers now. We've sped up our production time. We're still growing though. The only thing that's clogging down us getting parts is upgrading to a new compressor so we can use a larger blaster, or maybe even two. Then we're not being held up by blast. So we still have struggles. We still have growth that we have to do. We've got to be able to streamline our business, and right now when you have a clog in your production line, i.e. parts start backing up because you can't get them blasted quick enough, then that means you need to adjust and change. So until you have that issue, just take them as they come. Post on Facebook Marketplace, offer your services. I've found starting at $25 and up, and especially if you're doing small parts, that's really going to grab people's attention. Now when you're trying to get these jobs, you're going to need to be able to bid them right, and you don't really want to shoot yourself in the foot, so to speak. Look what other powder coating companies are doing. You can search them online, look for them in your area. Like I mentioned, I think yesterday, call them, find out what they're doing, and then take 10, 15, 20% off that price, because you don't have the overhead that they do. You don't necessarily have all of the experience that they do, and you don't have the equipment like they do. But don't sell yourself short. And remember, if you're not running a high CFM air compressor, for instance 30 CFM, 40 CFM or higher, you are going to have a little bit of troubles with blasting. It's going to take a little bit longer than somebody who has a much larger setup. So just keep that in mind. On your first couple of jobs, you are going to feel like you should have made more money. You can make more money. The more work you get out there, the more money you're going to make. It's all based on quality. Also, it comes back to social media and making sure you take pictures. When you want to update those Craigslist or Facebook ads, you want to make sure that you have enough pictures, and really good pictures, to go ahead and put up for those ads. They don't have to be professional. I'm definitely not great at taking pictures, but I know if I take a few, I can find a couple that work really good. So don't just take one photo, take multiple photos. That way you've got options, and you can go ahead and align the best ones for your ads, because that's going to be your biggest part of your portfolio and getting new jobs in the future. Consider offering some sort of warranty as well. Now, I can't say exactly what you should charge for a valve cover. I can't say exactly what you should charge for wheels. You can look on our website, 710performance.com, and you can get an idea, but to be completely honest, honest, the best way to find out is by looking at the competition in your area. That's going to be most important. You guys may be able to make $700 or $800 for a set of wheels, or maybe it's only going to be $200 or $300. So that's why I can't give you a set price. Go off the competition in your area. And if there's no competition in your area, that's great. I would start out at a minimum $100 a wheel. When there's second coats involved, there's always a color change fee, $10, $15, $20, $25, as well as a charge for a second coat. Usually 25% of what the cost of the wheel is what we do. So if you had a 2-stage, basically a super chrome and a top coat for an 18-inch, 18 inches are $110 a wheel, then there would be the color change, and then there would be the extra $25. So you're looking at about $145 to $155 per wheel. Now, if I really feel that we need to get the job, I'll cut that down some, and I won't necessarily put the color change in there or something like that, and I'll give them a little bit of a discount, or I'll give them the actual price, and then I'll be like, we can do it for this. And you always have to give yourself a lead time. So if you're doing a primer, an anti-corrosive primer, 25-30% more than what your actual charge of the wheel is, or caliper, or whatever it is. You just add a percentage for the second coat, whether it's a primer or whether it's a super chrome with a base coat. Even though super chrome is discontinued, they're supposed to have another one coming out. You can polish it, or you can use the polished aluminum I think they have. Hopefully that helps you guys figuring out your pricing, getting your first customers. I like Facebook Marketplace. Craigslist is okay, but I really like Facebook Marketplace because it gives you a way to be able to communicate with people directly through Messenger, whereas Craigslist is only through email. It's very quick. There's a lot of people on it. It's an untapped market, especially when it comes to powder coating. There's not a lot of people posting their powder coating services on there. So it's an untapped market, and until it becomes a tapped market, there's no need to not continue to post. It's free. It is free to post in the marketplace. So post in the marketplace. Find out what ads are creative. I have some ads that have 17,000, 20,000, 30,000 views. You know, that's a lot of people seeing a free ad. A post that you made in the marketplace for free. So that's just something to think about. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I want to answer them. I want to be able to help you guys. What should I put in the next video? Leave your thoughts down below. What do you want to learn about? Just ask the questions. I'll answer them, or I can make a video about it if a lot of people are asking about it. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate it. Hope this video was great. Remember, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it with somebody who you feel might get some benefit out of it. See you guys in tomorrow's video.